I'm always live before I realize I'm live. So hello if you're here. Try not to burp or anything in your face today. This meeting is being live streamed. Waiting on it to get so I can. I'm always live before I realize I'm live. There we go. Let me. I just came in. Hi, Lori. Hi, Stephanie. How is everybody today? Yeah, I literally just signed on to live. It says finishing up Christmas stuff. I'm done with all the sewing I'm doing for Christmas. So I thought I would work on pineapple blocks today. Tracy, hello. And I've got my ruler floating around. Hello, Nancy. Yeah, it is the first time to see you live in a while. How's your husband doing? Always got to ask the important questions first. And my Nightbot is definitely working today. Starts up right away. Wow. And Stephanie, I caught your live the other night. Thank goodness. I haven't been able to go back, and I saw that you put up a tips and tricks video. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I did get to go watch the Yvette Renee sewing room tour though. That was fun. So you guys may have waited or may have known if you've been around for a while that I waited on a slow boat from China to bring me this silly thing. And I keep it in a project bag over here next to me, along with the other ruler that fits it. Made it from one of my Lori Holt blocks. And I have tried doing this this way, and I stink at it. The ruler works much better for me. Stephanie, I am looking diligently for a house. We are waiting on our buyer to give us proof that he has financing or cash, one or the other, before we can actually make an offer. We have made a couple of tentative offers, but got nothing. And Toledo seems to be, you look at something and it goes contingent before you can even get it looked at. My son's been doing a whole bunch of running around to different houses for us. So I'm planning sometime in January. Colleen, hello. Hello. And before we start doing anything today, my left hand is completely numb. So, don't laugh at me too hard at the way I do this today. I'm going to try to accommodate it. I've got a couple of really good prospects. Everyone wants to live in. What is up with the housing market up there? It's literally, there was a house that came on the market the day before yesterday. And I had talked to my son and said, please go look at that house for me. And this morning I got up and looked on realtor.com and it has already gone contingent. Somebody has already put an offer on it. Oh, now it's telling me welcome to live chat. So this is the pineapple blocks that my little ruler makes. You can do 4, 5, or 6 inches. And you can tell I just literally scrap mine together. I pull whatever's in the scrap bin and use it. And I don't know what you guys are working on today. If you've got UFOs, if you still have things that you're trying to finish up for Christmas. But I thought this would be nice to just maybe kind of chill, do a little sewing together. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera so you can see me. And I'm going to sew while we talk. And I'll show you the steps as we go. But this camera has been real persnickety on me here lately. I tried to film on it yesterday. Was I filming? And every time I moved the camera, it dropped me out of Zoom. Because when I record, I use Zoom to record and then I edit it. So all I'm going to do is just turn the camera so you can see me. How's that? You installed the printer, Lori, all by yourself? No help from anybody? And this ruler, the way it works is you cut your pieces to start with. And I will admit to you guys, I'm using the cheat sheet that came with it. Here's the cheat sheet. Okay. And you can do this either pulling straight out of your scrap bin, or you can cut the fabric to fit. I usually cut the pieces for the first round and then pull from my scrap bin after that. So what I'm going to do is I've got the first pieces for this block, and this is the hardest part. Just for the center and 2 inches for the first piece that goes on as background. So, and I'm going to turn this down to a very small stitch length, something I learned from Miss Sylvia. And when I'm just doing the initial pieces, I just finger press. I do have my iron turned on. And I also press all my seams on that center round to the center of it. And I don't know how Tiffany does them, Tracy. I've probably watched it and forgotten. So you're more than welcome to share that method if you like. I will not be offended. I learned lots from Tiffany on myself. So yeah, feel free. And I'm just going to put this first round on before I do anything else. I do know that with the ruler, one thing I have to make sure of is that I'm doing an actual 1/4 inch seam allowance. I have a tendency to want to go really small on the seam allowance on these little center pieces. And you really need to use the 1/4 inch because otherwise it will make your block go wonky. Say that 3 times fast. I stutter. Okay, so here's my little block. I'm finger pressing everything open. And as you can tell, I've already got a little bit of a wonkiness there, but my ruler will make it square. Sorry. So let's see. Oh, good. I can't wait till you try those scissors, Lori. I'm really interested in how well they work. A wonky donkey. It's a wonky blocky. No, I didn't, Tracy. I haven't been on Discord or Facebook today. I am going to try to turn this down here so you guys can see this. So there's my little block. And as you can tell, I got it a little bit wonky. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to center. There's a little white square on this right here. And you want to square it up to that center block. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. And then you're going to use this and your rotary cutter. And you're going to turn this 4 times. Well, 3 times. So you line your lines up there. And when the way they have you cut this fabric is you end up with your perfect little corners there. And this is why Melissa doesn't FPP, because my brain doesn't see this on its own. It needs that ruler to see it. I'm sorry, Sylvia. I wasn't trying to set you off. Although laughter is good for the soul, I'm sure we could all use a few good laughs today. Okay, so that looks like a lot of waste, but it's really not, because you started with a 2-inch by 1.5-inch piece of fabric for these edges. So you're already using tiny scraps anyway, even if you threw, and I might, don't tell anybody on me, you'd still end up with some decent pieces. And then for the next one, I need 2.5-inch long pieces. So I'm going to cut myself some 2.5-inch long pieces. And they tell you 2.5-inch by 1.5-inch. But considering how big these are, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see, how wide is that? 1, 2, almost 3. So I can do 1.5-inch this way. And I'm going to cut those little threads off. Now you don't have to cut your pieces down at all. Colleen, don't make me laugh. You don't have to cut them down at all. You can just use your scraps as they come out of your scrap bin. But the next step here for sewing is I'm going to go around and I'm going to sew opposite sides. I just went around the first one, but now I'm going to do opposite sides, push them back. Colleen's got a cheat sheet for that, Sylvia. You know she does. We all know Colleen. We all know she does. Trying to say she does and Colleen at the same time. Try that 3 times fast. And I sew off onto the excess fabric just so that I get that full fold over. I'm sitting here trying not to laugh at Sylvia and Colleen. They got me started when we did our last sewing bee for the holiday hop. They got me started and I thought I was gonna quit breathing while I was laughing so hard. They're a bad influence in case you guys don't know it already. Tracy joins in there too. Tracy just wasn't on that live that day. But Stephanie, I'm coming your way just as quick as I can, honey. What town do you live in, Stephanie? If you don't mind sharing, feel free to message me instead of sharing it in open chat if you'd rather. The reason I'm asking, not trying to look a long way outside of Toledo, but we are still looking. My phone is sitting over to my right and I keep seeing little messages.
Like where the kittens are, I guess, barking, I guess.
She barking at the kittens?
I don't know.
My dog is a twit.
She's barking, the mommy dog means they're hurting the kitten.
Oh,
Hurting the kitten. He had kittens.
we have a cat that had kittens, guys. And my dog is not quite sure what to think about all that, I don't think. Innocent. You can't claim innocent. Well, I guess you can claim it, but that doesn't mean anybody's going to believe you. Yeah. Boom, take that. Yeah, that's because she cheated. Okay, so I'm going to turn this ruler around now. And we're going to do round 2. And round 2 gets lined up so that the white line goes across the center of your first square. You're supposed to be building square on square here. No, it doesn't get wound up that way. There you go. And there's some serrated lines that are supposed to go down the sides. So here we go. Told you I'm not a brainiac at this. And if you do it right, you only have to make 2 sets of cuts instead of 4 like you did on the first one. And see, I didn't worry about how wide I made this because it cuts it all off anyway. The little scraps get bigger as they go so that they're more usable for other things. Let's see, there's the beginning of our pineapple block. And I had the example in my brain. See? So you're doing some tiny, tiny little piecing there. Sylvia Beck's getting nothing for Christmas. Be nice, Colleen. I'm sure Santa loves her too. Oh, I thought that was Tracy that claimed to be innocent. It was Sylvia. Now, Sylvia, we all know better. So for the next round of this, we need 2 3/4 lengths. So I try to do as close to 6 as I can get. And I am going to use that piece that has the seam in it. I don't mind. So I'm going to fold it over. We'll straighten up my little end down here because that's an extra seam at the edge that I don't want. Now that I've straightened that out, I'm going to go, I'm going to go 3 inches instead of 2 3/4 because I don't like those 1/4 inch or 1, 2, 3, 1/8 inch marks. And then, they are cute, especially the little ones. At least I think so. And I'm not worried about exact measurements as long as it is long enough, because I know that I'm going to be trimming it down. So we have our 4 little pieces. You want a hippopotamus for Christmas? I was trying to find Here Comes Santa Claus earlier because I thought that it probably wasn't copyrighted, but I could not find a non-copyright version of the music. And while most of you can use non-copyright versions of music, once you get over 1,000, it matters. So you either have to own the copyright or use the non-copyright versions. But I didn't have much luck. Because I really wanted it for a Christmas Eve short. That or all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. I remember that song from when I was a little kid. Anybody else remember that one? I think I sang it constantly the Christmas I was 6 because I lost my 2 front teeth that Christmas or right before. I want to say my brother helped me remove them. We were fighting over something and they just came on out. But now that I'm past the little tiny pieces, I'm going to use my iron. Press these all out really flat before I put oh yeah. Huh. Did we run out of bobbin? That's what it looks like happened here. Y'all just laugh at me while I fix my bobbin. I sure did. I rendered it out of bobbin.
Bobbin chicken.
Yeah. I lost bobbin chicken. It's the only kind of chicken I don't like. Well, hello, big guy. How are you today? You only provoke my two front teeth. Yeah. And you have to say it that way, right? I mean, it's not like anybody who's ever lost their front teeth, and we all have, you can't say that TH sound until they grow back in. Maybe they don't have that problem in other languages. Tracy, you would know. Is it as bad in French as it is in English? What about Spanish? As I look at hubby and say, hey,
I don't think their TA sound is that prevalent.
big guy, we have me, Sylvia, Colleen, we all kind of watch each other's numbers, probably like you and some of your friends do. And we have been noticing that there are times when it seems like YouTube lowers our counts arbitrarily. So yeah, it's still happening. She's gonna take her ball and go home. Yeah, okay. Tracy, you do what you like. And you notice I got my little portable board out. Let's see. I hate grandma got run over by a reindeer, Lori. You like my little ironing board? It's a cutting board. It's a cutting board. But I always have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing number 4 now. So round 4, same stuff, different day. There's a block for 4. You line up the serrated, I can't think of what it's called, dotted lines along the edges. And I need to go here. I always have to think about this stupid ruler. There we go. And I told you, it's a lot of fabric that you lose here. So I'm not worried about making it the right size anymore. And I will reuse, see those big pieces? I'll reuse those as we get further up through there. Yes, we noticed you're in a weird mood. I don't know if that's safe or not, Tracy. And then all I'm doing is I'm going over here to my little stash of fabrics. We're on round 5. I need 2 2 3/4 pieces. 4 2 3/4 pieces. So you know what I'm going to cut is I'm going to cut 3 inches. And big guy, I haven't seen anything new in a couple of days. I've got a bell rung for you. So what's going on, man? I need some new tunes. Are you getting hit with copyright issues also? Because we've seen a lot of that the last little bit too. So what I've got is a dark green. I'm going to put it as the next round on my block. I need, big guy, since you're the music guy, I'm looking for copyright free Here Comes Santa Claus. That used to be my theme song, ladies. Okay, next round is just going to be sewing it right here. We have dogs barking and cats screaming and car alarms going on. Car alarms shouldn't be going off. Faint of heart need not apply. Did we make the car mad and I didn't know about it? So are you guys tired of watching me cut fabric? I'm going to move the camera back up. Ah, hello. And I'm going to sew while we talk. How's that? Yeah, I knew all the words to that one by heart, Tracy. Mi vida loca. Is she still around? Pam Tillis? I don't think I've seen anything out of her. Oh, is that what we're doing today? We're going to sing? Hit everybody with crazy music. My son, and probably a lot of you, is expecting a blizzard this weekend. I said, well, I'm glad Santa Claus uses reindeer. Because otherwise he wouldn't be able to get around to deliver Christmas gifts. Right? You don't need snow tires for reindeer. And I hadn't thought about that till yesterday. We were talking about, moving. And my son was saying something about it. They had gone and got all their winter supplies, their blizzard supplies. And one of the things that they went and got was they made sure their snow tires were good. So it's like, oh, Colleen. It's okay. I won't say anything. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is round 5. Round 5. Goes here. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Are you all ready for Santa Claus to come down from the North Pole and visit you? Merry Christmas. And I do say happy holidays and happy Hanukkah and happy Kwanzaa. But the one that's coming right up is Christmas. So I have a girlfriend who's Jewish but celebrates Christmas as a holiday. And I think we're on day 5 of Hanukkah. Is that right? Does anybody know? I'm the one who doesn't. All right, so round 6 gets 3-inch pieces. And I need gray. Or do I want blue? And a lot of times what I get next gets determined by what I have cut. Yay! Amazon came with a new watch, so Santa's not coming. Is that right? Shame, Sylvia, shame. And I'm just rough cutting my little strips the next length that I need, guys. This isn't rocket science. At least I hope not, because I'd be in trouble if it was. My old boss used to call my husband NASA, which was kind of funny to me. I think it helps if you trim before you sew the next piece on, but I thought I did trim. I did. Okay, never mind. Never mind. What is it Colleen says? Mind your business. I'm over here confusing myself. You're gonna go whoop somebody when the ice clears. Oh, my package from Sylvia is at my son's. It came. He didn't open it. So yours should be there. I mean, Missouri's not that different from Ohio as far as weather. Wallop them for me. Too funny, Sylvia. NASA, really? My old boss called him NASA because Wayne was smarter than me and the guy that I worked for. On his slow days. I called Wayne and said, how do I do da 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 da? And he not only explained it in terms I could understand, he explained it in terms my boss could understand it. Believe me, he was not computer savvy. He could work a Rolodex like nobody's business, but he wasn't good on computers. I was like, okay, man. But give him a Rolodex and a telephone. He was a mover and shaker on those. He was the literal could sell ice cubes to Eskimos guy. There I am, not over in the corner. Terrible. Well, if you try to give Wayne a swift kick in the, I might have words for you. I always have to think, guys, how to do this properly. You loves Wayne too? I think everybody loves Wayne. I don't know nobody who doesn't love Wayne. I mean, there might be somebody out there who doesn't, but I don't know who it could possibly be. Oh, yeah, I do. His ex-wife. She's a twitlet. I have to be smarter than the ruler, right? Oh, it's probably the only good thing I will say for the United States postal system is things don't seem to go missing as much in our system as they seem to do in a lot of other third world countries. Because the US is having some issues this decade or century. You know? Okay, Tracy, you're a rotten. You're right, but you're rotten. I just did this 2 seconds ago and now I can't do it again. This is not my mental good spot. Why can I? Okay, we're getting there. It takes a lot of mental thought for me to do this one. I used to be way smarter at these rulers, but if I put the ruler down and then pick it back up, it takes me a little bit to um get my brain back in the groove with it. But I wanted to work on a pineapple block today because I'm trying to get them done. When she's done with the pattern, it won't be a secret then. Okay. Pretty. So I take it that when we're on Discord chats, you don't work on this gift, huh, Tracy? Now, big guy, do you sew at all, or is it all music, or do you do woodworking, anything like that? Our local sheriff is we're under a freeze warning, and I'm in Florida, which freeze warnings bring fog down here. Yes, lives do cause brain fog. But freeze warnings cause regular fog, not brain fog down here. And they cause falling iguanas. They fall out of the trees. Okay, Kelly, you have a great day. So, and it's a big deal because Florida is not used to freezing. So everybody runs their AC, but the heaters take more heat, more electricity to run. So it's possible we could have brownouts, where they cycle the power on and off for various areas so that they can keep everybody warm and the whole thing doesn't blow, for lack of a better way to put it. So we're getting like every hour. I'm not reading that, Colleen. I refuse. Like every hour, we're getting another freeze warning from the sheriff and from the National Weather Service telling us that it's going to freeze tonight. And I'm putting my little pineapple block back in my project bag. My Purdy Lower Hope block project bag. That's got to go into a box soon. Funky, hinky, pinky, stinky, donkey, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky. Bad Colleen, bad Colleen. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's crazy. And these are things I've been working on that are on my desk that I've gotten mostly finished. I've got coasters done. I've got that canning mat I made for myself done. Marie Hahn was interested in that because, or Marie H. I never get her last name right. I don't know what it is. But she was interested in that because she and her daughter do a lot of canning. And then, of course, I've still got my soft, cuddly Frosty the Snowman book here. I haven't given it away yet. Ah, It's terrible. You shouldn't do that to me. Bad kids putting that in there. Colleen's always a bad kid, though. She's rotten, rotten, rotten. And then oh, I have another block that needs to go in my box. See, the paper is already coming off the back. Let me put that one in the project bag while I'm touching it. Otherwise, it'll never make it there. And then this is my box of scraps that I'm kind of working out of. I have I think I have about 300 of the hourglass done. I did sew some more of those yesterday and film that. Ooh, that would be pretty in that pineapple block, wouldn't it? Don't do that. Gotta put the toy box away. Can't have the scrap fabrics right now. I cannot be looking at them. So, yeah, definitely Merry Christmas. Hey, sassy, sassy. It's my sassy girl. Merry Christmas. Happy to see you. That's awesome. I hope you're feeling okay. I keep checking Sassy's channel every day. You lost sound? Did I overwhelm it because I yelled at Sassy? Can you hear me? Okay, it's back. You just wanted to see what I do, right? But anyway, hello, Sassy. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. In case all that got blanked out from the sound. In and out on the sound. I will not move my hands again. Maybe I did something to the camera and made it go. Ooh. Yeah. It's in and out, huh? I think the cold's also affecting the internet because when it's really foggy and cloudy, jazz hands, when it's really foggy and cloudy, the satellite doesn't seem to connect as well with the satellites in the sky. And now I want to sing spirits in the sky. I don't even know. Get rid of the little scraps of fabric here. And I filmed my video that I filmed specifically for the holiday hop for the burrito pillowcase still will not let me. I'm just going to have to say it's gone. But I did get to watch part of it before it went. Bleh. And my entire dress, the black dress that I have, was covered in thread. And when I filmed it, it looked like I was wearing glitter. So I was like, okay, this isn't good. Oh, you're posting on Instagram stuff? That's awesome. Excuse me. TMI. Great minds think alike, Sylvia. If you're posting on Instagram stuff, that's great. I think you can post back and forth between the two, right? Between Instagram and YouTube. I don't know for sure. I've done some posting on Instagram, but I haven't like embraced the platform yet. That's on my list of things to do in 2023. You lost connection. So you missed the jazz hands and the hay stuff? We're all excited to see you. I do not buy glitter fabric. I don't buy glitter. I don't buy glitter ribbon. I don't buy glitter vinyl because glitter is forever. It will, when archaeologists from 4022 are unearthing ancient civilizations from 2022, they're going to go, what is this shit stuff? Sorry. And then they're going to go, it's everywhere. Sorry. Didn't mean to say that. It transfers to your Facebook. Now I've seen you on the embroidery group some, and I haven't been on Facebook a lot either. I've been, in case you missed it, Stephanie, we are moving to Ohio, and I've been knee deep in packing, trying to find a house, trying to get this one sold. Don't hope it wasn't. Yeah, glitter is one of those things that lasts forever, ever and ever. Amen. You can move house, you can burn the old house down, there'll still be glitter somewhere. We when we lived in Oklahoma City, there was glitter on something, that I think a card or something that I got, and there was still glitter when we moved out of that house 6 years later. So yeah. Memoirs is Sassy Steffi. I have been busy, Steph. You have been too. You're recovering, I hope. Working on your health. That's always an important thing. So, yep. Hey, I was tempted. I was thinking North Carolina. I could go live next door to Steph. Drive her and Benson insane. But then I thought about it. Benson and Daisy together, we'd never hear the end of it. Oh, Colleen, I know that you're thrilled to do that. Colleen got visited by an under 1 year old yesterday. And Colleen's like me. She loves the babies. So she's giddy. Well, I'm glad you're back, Tracy. Yeah, yeah, Colleen knits. That one of her first videos was her knitting projects that she had put out. She did a collage of them. She's pretty good at it. You are going to go ahead and get chickens in July? Awesome. 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 Colleen is the original minimalist on it, getting rid of stuff. So, yeah. Now, big guy, meet Sassy Steph. Sassy uses some killer music on her shorts. Might check that out. She does sewing and embroidery, long arm quilting. I know that you're not the crafty type, but she picks good music. So, and Stephanie, he plays old 45s. So you get to listen to him. So he has some music that we don't hear much, like some older music that, the B-sides of stuff. So definitely worth looking at to see what he's got up there. I need to go over there and see if I can steal music from his channel that's not copyrighted. Oh, never mind. I didn't say that out loud, did I? No, not me. I would never do that. Yeah, well, Big Eye, it's not just, about the sewing so much as we have a good time while we're doing it. Our last sewing bee, it was hilarious because we got off on the donkey, and I think the last 40 minutes of that sewing bee, all we did was we kept spinning it worse and worse. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. We don't only sew. Ooh, Colleen empty boxes. Yes, I did see that. I need to pack boxes. It's always Tetris in a sewing room, Colleen. It's not just you. We all do it. We're part of the house shopping process for us is playing Tetris too. We're trying to figure out, where do we put hubby's woodworking shop and my sewing room, and then the food that I've canned, we need to have storage space for that until we can use it up, or if we do more. So yeah, we're doing a whole lot of that. And my son, I love my son. He's so helpful. He's all he's thinking is he wants to make sure that when we move into a house, it's someplace very comfortable for us. So he keeps picking things that are just slightly out of our price range. And I'm like, oh, that's a gorgeous house. Can't afford it. And then I get off on this tangent, which is house porn. Any of you do house porn? Ohio, Toledo, Ohio must be the home of the craftsman style house. And at some point, there were a ton of amazing woodworkers living in Ohio. So if you go into Toledo, Ohio, and you look for two-story houses, like 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, it's going to bring them up in all kinds of price ranges from $9,000 to probably $900,000 for those old houses. And there was one I looked at this morning. I didn't know they had assisted living, but there was one I looked at this morning, 37 Kenilworth in Toledo. Oh my people, it's under 100K. But parking in Toledo is tough. A lot of houses don't have garages. A lot of them don't have like driveways. You have to park on the street. And if you're parked on the street and the snowplow goes by, what happens to your car? Do you get hit? But anyway, so this house, take my word for it. Go to Realtor, go to Zillow, look at that house. It is so gorgeous. Black brick, black painted brick, I think. But the huge wide baseboards and the wooden doors and all of that, and everything is just, oh, it's so beautiful. They haven't painted all the wood, which happens in a lot of those houses. And I just sat here this morning drooling over it. And I know it's not a neighborhood that I want to live in because of all that crazy parking. But I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, I don't ever have to leave the house, right? But it is gorgeous. If you go look at it, please leave me a comment underneath because I don't know. If you don't find that house beautiful, I don't know what to say because it's just gorgeous. Everything that I looked at in it was gorgeous. I mean, I didn't get like down and dirty and is the brickwork crumbling or is the foundation bad or the electrical, but the aesthetic is just beautiful. So I'm trying to pick a house between, I know that practically my arthritis is going to get worse and I'm probably going to end up with either a walker or a wheelchair at some point because I've already had to use a walker and a cane and they told me, wheelchair's coming. But on the other hand, all these houses that have the charm have like stairs to the upstairs and basements and and I really would love to live in a house that's got all that charm. But what happens when I can't use half the house, right? So we're kind of balancing that out, trying to figure it out if we which we really want. Do we want practical or do we want something that feeds your soul every time you look at it? It's hard to tell, hard to decide. I think I may remember that song, Big Guy. I graduated high school in 1984, so I'm old. Yeah. And I'm looking to make sure everybody's links got put in. Yeah, Sylvia, that house is just absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It could be crumbling in the basement. It could have faulty wiring that's going to burn it down in 6 weeks, but it's gorgeous. And that's all I was looking at this morning was just the gorgeous because I'm stressed. I'm trying to find a house that fits the bill. I'm stressed. So when I run across one that's that pretty, I just let myself sit and look at it for a while. Kind of like you feel about quilts. You don't necessarily want to make every quilt you see, but there are some patterns that you look at and just go, heck yeah. And that's kind of how I am about houses right now. After we move, I probably won't look at realtor.com again unless and until we move again. I don't want to move again. I didn't want to move again when we bought this place. So we're but sometimes circumstances change. So yeah. All right, you got everybody in there, Colleen? I was hoping I'd given you enough time. The house is still gorgeous. You should really still go look at it. And it's let me see if I can put it in the I'll type the address in if you guys want to look at it. Because that's who I am. Moving is stressful. So you got to find your little bits of wherever you can, right? That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Becky over at Acre Homestead calls it giving herself grace. I'm going to say that's what I'm doing. When I'm looking at houses and stuff, if I find one that's really pretty, I'm going to give myself grace to look at it. Okay, big guy, you have a great day. We're done. We're pretty much done. I was just saying bye to everybody and giving links out. And I will look for that video when you put it out later on today. I have you belled, so. All right, everybody have a great week. If I don't see you before then, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Chanukah, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Did I cover everything? And happy nothing if you don't celebrate any of it. But we'll see you before New Year's, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys all stay safe and warm. I love you. Bye, and happy holidays again.